Welcome to syngo, the 3D and advanced visualization solution from Siemens. This video will guide you through your first steps in syngo, showing how to work through your daily basis as well as how to customize the interface to your personal preferences and needs. Once you open the syngo application, the patient browser is displayed. For your convenience, the patient browser can be detached and moved to an additional screen. This is a user-specific option that syngo will remember for your future logins. You will immediately recognize the prominent search field, which allows you to easily look for your cases by patient name, patient ID, study description, study date, or modality. You can combine any of these attributes for more accurate results. For example, to find all patients with CT data, just search for CT. You can narrow your search with special characters like asterisk as a wildcard. For example, Mill asterisk will find all Miller, Millo, Millis, etc. Question mark as an unknown placeholder. For example, Mill question LER will find Midler, Mealer, etc. The cases can be sorted by study or grouped by patient. By selecting one study with a single click, all containing series are listed in the series area on the right-hand side of the patient browser. Additionally, you get a pre-visualization of the series in the Instances area. This thumbnail displays a central image of the series, but you can scroll through it with the help of the slider on the right or with the middle mouse wheel. The different areas of the patient browser, results, series, instances, can also be adapted in size or minimized by moving the dividing lines with the mouse or clicking on the small triangles. The attributes shown in the columns are also configurable. Just click on the plus button on the corner to add or remove attributes. For instance, users can mark certain studies, for example, for showing them in a clinical session. Columns can be added or rearranged in order to bring this field into the visible range. The search results can also be narrowed by applying different filters for DICOM attributes. For example, restrict the search by acquisition date. Click on More Filters, and the last filters that were used are now listed. You can add more filters by clicking on the Add Condition button. The filter conditions currently in use can be individually modified by removing them using the cross buttons or clicking on the Remove All button. For example, we would like to search for those studies that have been set as marked. For marking a study, please click with the right mouse button on it, and on the context menu, select Set a Mark State and Set as Marked. Now, we look for the marked patients by either scrolling down across the conditions or by activating the marked condition. The new search filter field appears now as in. Click on the magnifier icon for executing the search. The filters that are currently in place for the search are displayed below the More Filters drop-down menu. A condition attribute can be removed by clicking on its cross icon. In order to work more efficiently, it could be convenient to pre-configure work lists according to each user's needs. For instance, if a user only reports CT examinations, for sure, he can create a work list for only CT cases. To do this, select the condition modality as CT. Then click on Save Work List and give a name for this new work list. A new work list tab is now shown up for easy accessing to this search criteria. Note, only clinical administrators can create work lists to be visible for all users on the system. Work list tabs can be also arranged by dragging and dropping them along the work list bar. You can also hide them from the first focus by right mouse click over the tab and selecting Remove from Work List bar. You can continue using the work list by clicking on the arrow and selecting it again. Syngo VIA can be configured for automatically pre-fetching patients' prior examinations from a long-term archive such as a PACS. However, sometimes it might be necessary to check for additional studies or patients archived on PACS and retrieve them to Syngo VIA. All options for import/export are located on the upper right corner of the patient browser, including the DICOM Retrieve call-up. The shortcut for the DICOM Retrieve panel is Ctrl-R. Now select the remote DICOM node and fill in the search criteria by using the same filters as before. When you find the appropriate case, click on Retrieve to initiate the data transfer to Syngo VIA. For hiding away the DICOM Retrieve panel, just click on the down arrow. If you want to follow the retrieve progress, you can do it in the Job view. Navigate to the suitcase icon on the upper right corner of Syngo VIA and select Network to check the current network's tasks. You can filter your own self-initiated tasks. In Syngo VIA, the different advanced applications are called workflows, as they are designed to guide you through the clinical assessment, performing certain image pre-processing tasks for saving time and helping in your daily routine. The workflow assignment rules are configured in the Administrator portal. If you want to open the study with a different workflow, you can use the button Open With, or use the options from the context menu with the right mouse button. To better access to your commonly used workflows, you can set them up as user-specific favorite by clicking on the star next to the name. The batch mode could be useful for those users who need to go through cases one case after the other, such as in the mammography screening examinations. Select the studies by pressing and holding keyboard's Ctrl or Shift and then click on Open Batch and Start. All selected studies will be automatically opened one after another when completing each case. To stop the batch mode, return to the patient browser and then select Stop from the context menu. For completing a case, you can choose either the button for saving the findings and results and sending them to the remote archive, or just to save them locally only in Syngo VIA. This is useful for continuing with the case evaluation at a later time point. On a server environment with many users, it can happen that a case you want to read is already in work by another colleague. Syngo VIA will notify you about this, including the information about what user and what client is currently working on the same patient. Navigate to the Job view and Workflows for checking the Syngo VIA server's status information, such as what workflows are open, which users and which client workstations are connected, etc. Anyhow, If you cannot get the study closed soon enough, syngo Via is still allowing you to assess the case and save certain results when opening a study with the View as Read-Only option. This extended read-only mode is indicated by the orange lock icon and the absence of completion button on the general area. The results can still be sent to archive and will appear in the series navigator for the user who opened the patient first, but findings will not be listed in Findings Navigator. Go to the cross icon on the Patient tab and select Save and Send. syngo Via's online help provides assistance at any time. Press F1 to access to the related content, or click on the question mark on the upper right corner. You can search for the operator manuals and additional tips and tricks. In the Library section, you can also find e-learning documents regarding your clinical workflows and applications. The online help also allows clinical administrators to upload contents in PDF and MP4 video format for distribution to all syngo Via users within the hospital. The configuration panel is used for customizing user and client settings. Click on the wrench tool in the upper right corner to open it. In the General tab, you can configure the user interface color scheme, configure your screens to be used by syngo Via application, your preferred role, and the user interface language. Currently, the languages supported are English, German, French, Spanish, Chinese, and Japanese. There aren't differences in the interface upon local language variations. Changing the language requires a client restart, but the option will be kept as user preference. In the Reading tab, you can also configure other user preferences and options, such as the findings behavior and the information details displayed in the segments, as well as the corner menus and mini toolbars behavior.